Hey everybody, it's Rob here. The Sorcerer finally did it. 140 has been done here in solo by Mekuna just a couple hours ago. You have the full video here, we have the planner, and it's also bumping the Sorcerer here very comfortable into S+ tier. Actually the second highest recorded clear, 140 done. The only thing that's beating it right now is the Necromancer at 142, and this one is using the Holy Bolt elixir, and this Sorcerer is not using any elixirs that are proccing with the season theme. So that is pretty insane. Let's watch the full clear, and also the planner will be in the description. So check out Mekuna and check out the planner here for the Frosty Immortal Boss Killer Sorc Explodia variant. This one is basically using a new combination that we've already made a previous video of Greater Firewall, which deals a % of the previous done damage as direct damage. And historically, these kind of mechanics have always been double dipping multipliers. We had the Shred double dipping with Blurred Beast, we had the Berserk ripping double dipping, we have the Holy Bolt double dipping, we have the Heartseeker victimized double dipping, we had the Poison Imbuement double dipping, and Greater Fireball here is no exception. So 10% of burning damage with Shatter combined. Who knows what the math is, but it's hitting for tens of billions of damage. And we can watch the entire run here. Mekuna just cleared it on his Twitch stream. I'm gonna leave the links below. And let's look at the clear. So he was actually fishing. Like, you need to have a certain boss here to have a chance to clear this. So you can see here he is flying through the run on his Sorcerer, making pixel pulls with the Raiment of the Infinite in 140. And you guys can see here, when the Fireball plus Shatter combination starts proccing, the pack literally just gets one shot. You see this? This is a pack that has a couple billion life. And boom, they just die in one hit. This has tremendous potential also for group play, having like some sort of crazy AoE damage. And the build is also extremely fast. You just need to get a boss that has ads, and he has been mainly fishing for the Shaman guy. But you guys can see here, he's like quadrupling the time in 140. This is literally a speed run up until the boss. And he's just playing like crazy. And Perma Flame Shield, of course, for the full immortality. There's still, you gotta have some pretty good cooldown gear to make this playable, because your Perma Flame Shield, you see, it's like on the edge, because when you're playing Raiment of the Infinite Sorc, and unique, and it doesn't have the Flame Shield temper duration ranks. So you must be very careful with how you play. You must press Fireball at all times, and even be careful. You can see him porting out at times, even with his very high gear level already. Yeah, it's like Exploding Palm on D3, Exploding Palm Monk. He has to go out occasionally when he knows that his Flame Shield might be down for a sec. But you just have to be like aware of how you play, and he's just literally crushing this run. Clearing this here in just a few minutes, basically. I think he does like 5-minute boss spawn or something, so he has 10 minutes for the boss. You guys can just see it, like, you just make the pulls even bigger, try to pull in those enemies from afar and pixel them together just by teleporting with Raiment of the Infinite. And this is actually a super crazy build. It looks insane. It feels very satisfying to just watch it explode. So basically all of these monsters are like tactical nukes that just explode with the Fireball, Shatter, area damage explosion. That is like all your multipliers squared, and it's insane. And before you say anything, guys, all of the top clears, guys, I don't think there's a single clear that is not double dipping certain multipliers. They are all, everybody that is like up to 135 or higher, like, is multi-dipping with damage. This is just how it works at this point. We'll see if this is gonna be something that is addressed. It has been addressed in the past where, you know, they nerfed the Berserk ripping, they nerfed the Shred, they nerfed the Poison Imbuement of the Rogue with the Twisting Blades. We will see, but historically they have changed this kind of multi-double dipping or even penta dipping. Who knows how many times the multipliers are applied. But at the moment this is going very strong, and it's, thank God, something cool that the Sorcerer has, because this is like right now Sorcerer felt very weak until this has been discovered. So I'm really hoping for some serious Sorc buffs, and maybe also some Druid buffs, because this catapults basically almost every build here very well into the S tier, while the Druid is stuck. Like, everybody's doing like 130 plus, even in the 140s, and the Wind Shear Druid is stuck somewhere in the 120s, or even the Tornado Druid, and they have not been able to pull it much higher. So I'm hoping for some Sorc buffs and for some Druid buffs here, especially if they do some of the fixes here for these kind of builds. We will see, but this build is still insane and so much fun to play. Let me show you the boss fight here. So you guys can see here, 5 minutes, man. He's almost done with the entire run. Now that is insane. Big pixel pulls. Yeah, Druid needs some sort of double dipping bug. Like every other class has this, man. The Druid is just, you know, normal build. Every other class has like some crazy build where the math formula is wrong. But yeah, the Druid does not at the moment. But there are some people cooking on the Druid. I hope there is some crazy stuff there on the Druid as well to allow it to push in the 140s. So the current rank 1 clear, guys. So you see here, Mekuna is actually praying for the boss. This sorcerer is literally like 20 tiers higher than the other sorceresses that we've seen before. So it's like a 20 tier DPS improvement of this build. And you guys can see here, this is like one of the best bosses because it has so many adds. And you guys can just see Mekuna here pulling them in, and they are all like tactical nukes contributing to the boss DPS like crazy. You guys can see here, this is already like probably 50, 60, 70 billion damage. This guy has a trillion HP, and every little bomb here goes off for 10, 15 billion damage. I was like very curious about the numbers actually. But you guys can see here how fast this boss can melt, and he has 10 minutes for this boss fight. And basically just pull in the monsters and nuke them down, and whenever they explode with the fireball shatter explosion, they make an incredible DPS amount to the boss. And you guys can see he is only fighting him for about 50 seconds, and he basically already took him down to 75% here right after this explosion. Boom, 75% in 1 minute. That is some crazy damage. And it looks like pretty insane. So he basically just does the entire boss fight like this. Just pulls them in. Just be careful about your flame shield. And yeah, after some time here, like a final or a couple of final explosions. And the boss is perma staggered, but only at the start. Like at the end, you can't stagger the boss anymore because the stagger bar is just harder and harder to fill up. Until it basically becomes impossible. You see at the end. And he actually has 3 minutes left, so this was not even close. Like he has potential to probably go up into the 145 range. And this, my friends, is higher than the current Necromancer. I've been talking to some of the top Necromancers, and they are with the Holy Bolt Elixir. This is without the Holy Bolt Elixir, but with the Holy Bolt Elixir, the Necromancer at the moment is stuck in 143. 142 is the highest clear we've seen so far. And Barbarians, right now, I'm stuck at 139. But I'll definitely clear it the next days here. And I'm probably comfortable. I can push the Barb into 140 as well. But competing with the Sorc is going to become ever increasingly difficult. Because those scaling, those monsters, they have trillions of HP. And every level, they get hundreds of billions of HP more. Especially the boss fight is a tough one. And yeah, Mekuna here just did it. So just blast him down and just be careful your flame shield doesn't run out. I think he failed a run like very closely, where he just let his flame shield like run out and he died. But yeah, boom, that's the clear. 140 done. Solo Sorc by Mekuna here. Pretty amazing clear. I'm going to leave the full link in the description. Let's see his items and let's talk about the setup here real quick. So I inspected him in-game. So this is the items that he's wearing. So he's wearing a Harlequin's Crest. Cooldown masterworked, of course. Then this is a Raiment of the Infinite, triple crit on Glass Cannon. Unfortunately, only +3. I'm hoping this is gonna be like changed a bit or something. Like it should be at least 4 or 5, but let me know in the comments. I'm not quite sure. Then we have the Flame Weaver gloves here that I think he's playing. Yep, Flame Weaver. He also has a bad roll here, so you definitely want the Fire Bolt to be greater affixed. It doesn't have that. And then his pants looks like this. 7 Firebolt, greater affix as well. You can get int as greater affix here too, but Flame Shield, perfect duration, that's pretty sick. Boots look like this. Double masterworked on intelligence, evade cooldown. Good stuff here with life. Then Chava his weapon. So he is playing barrier here. Cooldown reduction, damage percent. This is his weapon, Pyromancy attack speed, so you want to get 100% on the chance to cast Firebolts or the crazy amount of damage, and then all the generic multipliers, because these are essentially multi-dipping. Like this is a 1.3 when you're standing still, and basically what happens, this one is at least squared, probably more, so this 1.3 turns into 70% damage just from this item here with your shatter explosions. Then we have another one here, conceded, also double dipping. You also have a barrier all the time. And then, yeah, he's playing actually no gems in his in his jewelry. So he's playing adaptability here. because you already have armor and rest cap and it doesn't help you to put anything there. And then glass cannon on the amulet with cooldown masterwork, and then the crazy ring here, triple crit, greater affix on Tarasha cooldown. We have the entire planner here. This is a skill bar: firewall, flame shield, frostbolt, flame shield, fireball, and fireball. So the main DPS is coming baseline burning damage of firebolt. Then your burning damage, a percent of your burning damage is applied as direct damage with the fireball enchantment. And then all that is feeding as direct damage into the shatter explosion, because shatter normally doesn't work with dots. But with the fireball, it's basically a percent based off your dots as direct into the shatter, which is causing some crazy calculation that's doing billions and billions of damage. And yeah, that's pretty much the setup here. Pretty sick. So Topaz, like just go full DPS. You don't need any toughness because you have Flame Shield. You don't even need to put any jewelry, any gems in your jewelry because, well, you're just immortal anyways. Then max Firebolt, just 1 point into Fireball with greater Fireball. Again, your Fireball damage itself does not matter. All of your damage is coming from the Firebolt dot that is applied here with Fireball. Flame Shield max for the cooldown, teleport with mystical, elemental attunement, glass cannon, precision, protection, align the elements, icy veil or big more barrier, devouring, crippling flames, firewall with mage firewall, and then here all the multipliers: aura frost, permafrost, icy touch, and then soul fire, endless prayer, and then the most important thing, shatter with the fireball. Insane. Paragon board's looking like this. We have elementalist in the starter board. Destruction here in the burning instinct board. This one is scaling your burn damage multiplicatively with your int, and you have a lot, and with your crit damage. This is basically a double scalar, or even a triple scalar if you will. Then down here it's rocking Enchantment Master with Tactician, also taking like even more DPS here. Then he has the Searing Heart with Pyromaniac and Frigid Fate, of course, in the charge boards. And then the last two boards here are Ceaseless Conduit with Exploit, big vulnerable damage, and Static Surge, not skilled, with Enchanter. And that, my friends, is pretty much the build. Big congrats to Mekuna, 140 done solo. He can't believe it, man. That was crazy. His chat also went pretty nuts. He was streaming all this just a couple hours ago. And yeah, check him out. He also has a YouTube channel. I linked it here in the description. Mekuna7. So definitely worth. He has not uploaded the clear yet, but he will upload it very soon. I'll put the link to his stream where he cleared it in the description as well. So definitely check out Mekuna, subscribe. I'm on another account right now, but yeah. Subscribe, leave a like and a comment. Pretty crazy. And yeah, Sorcerer making a huge comeback. Very, very unexpected. Actually, second highest clear at the moment after the Necro. I'm pumped, guys. Meta has extremely shifted, but it's very hard to play. Just keep that in mind. Hope you enjoyed the video, my friends, and I will see you soon with an updated tier list. GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.